for the
Just
snow.
for now, just for now, just for now, just for now, just for now.
Welcome to my Boston vlog. This was my first day out of 10 and it was a really weird day to say the least. I walked about an hour north of my hostel towards a place called Charlestown, which was this lovely area. It had really pretty houses. But this whole day I just felt very out of place and very weird. I think with traveling, like especially when you're leaving for a very long time, for me 8 months, it was this great climax of leaving home and saying goodbye and all these mixed emotions of excitement and nerves, and suddenly you're there. And I think maybe because I'm by myself, it just felt very flat and very anticlimactic. But anyway, I decided to explore Charlestown this day because it was quite far away from my hostel, so I thought I would get a lot of sightseeing in on my walk, and my ultimate goal of the walk was obviously to get food. I went to this place called Waverley, and it was like this very American style breakfasty diner thing. Also, I don't even drink coffee, but whenever I see cold foam on a menu, I don't know why it excites me so much. They have it at Starbucks too, and I'm obsessed with it. I got the breakfast burrito, which had like eggs, sausage, bacon, hash browns. It was so good. Also, this was like the first of many solo meals, which I'm not gonna lie, guys, I'm kind of a pro now. I'm really happy with being by myself. Like, it doesn't really bother me that much. And sometimes you get people looking at you like, oh, bless her, she looks a bit lonely, but it seriously doesn't faze me. I feel like when I was a teenager, though, I would not be caught dead eating in public by myself. But now I just don't. Like, is it that deep? It actually isn't that deep. I honestly think the saddest looks I've had from people has been from like 13-year-old girls. Okay, guys, prepare for a hella good fit check. This is day 2. This is day 2, Neve, and I'm in the same purple jacket that I wore every single day of this trip. Really nice little corduroy trousers, which I talk shit about later on in this video. And this green bag, which is from this brand called Olend. It's like crossbody, but you can also turn it into a backpack. I actually love it. It's really comfy as well because the straps are like puffy. Anyway, on this day, I went and did the Freedom Trail tour, which is like, if you don't know, Boston's got some crazy history. Like, very, very historic place, which is weird because it looks like a movie set and it looks like it was made in the past 20 years. But this guy was my G. He was so lovely, bless him, and he was from Boston, but he took us through all of the historic spots that I've already forgotten about. But the one unfortunate thing about this walk was that it was like 2.5 hours, I think maybe even close to 3. And I only made it through like an hour and a half, maybe an hour, because it was so cold. I actually had to ditch it like early, which I was actually really gutted about, but it was just too cold and I had to go and get some food. So I got some lobster roll and crisps, which is like famous in Boston. Like, the seafood's meant to be really nice in Boston, but I wasn't as wowed by the lobster roll as I was wowed by the crisps. They were so salty. They were so yummy. I just remember, like, watching this back, I just remember how delicious those crisps were. Look, there I go. Cape Cod. I'm going to order them on Amazon when I get home. And then I got this blueberry lemonade, which is like so up my street, but it kind of tasted like shit, not going to lie. And then in the afternoon, my dad and my auntie kept saying that they wanted me to see the New England Aquarium, which it was beautiful. I'm so glad I went, but it's down by the harbour, so I walked down there, and I actually went with 3 of these Californian guys that I met in my hostel, which was really nice to have some company. Also, how gorgeous is this view right now? I remember being so mesmerised by these birds at this exact moment. I love it. I'm so glad I caught this on camera. And then the aquarium kind of reminded me of, if anyone's seen Finding Dory, where they have like the really tall tank, I actually think Finding Dory is set in Monterey Bay Aquarium, which is in California, which I have been to, and that's also really cool, but it was very similar. I always really enjoy aquariums. I find them very peaceful. I just wish there weren't so many screaming children, but I always get myself in a bit of a state of anxiety over how well the like wildlife is kept and taken care of, and if like the tanks are big enough. It's the same as zoos. I always think about that. But I know that the New England Aquarium is actually really good with the care for the wildlife. They actually have a whole like sea turtle rescue centre, I think. These seals were so funny. Guys, does anyone else think that seals look like swimming Labradors? Me and my family joke because whenever we take our 3 labs in the sea, whenever they swim and get their ears wet, they kind of disappear and they look like seals. And then we ended the evening, we just walked around a little bit and we were on the hunt for food. And we stumbled upon Quincy Market and we went in there and they had loads of like really cute little like market stalls, food, dessert. We ended up getting pizza, which was great. But they also had loads of like clothing, jewelry. It was really cool. It was just like overstimulating. It was way too busy for my liking. They were not joking about the cold in Boston. Yesterday, it said it was -4, but it said it feels like -16. And I'm not even exaggerating, I've never ever been so cold in my life. Okay, so on this day, I decided to check out Newbury Street. I've just realised I put my retainer in as I'm filming this voiceover, so if I have a slight lisp, that's what it is. But I made it my very best effort to go to shops that we don't have in the UK. So I first ended up in Princess Polly and I got this second stripy top and I really liked these trousers, but I don't need trousers, I'm going hot places soon. I then went to Trader Joe's, we did it, Joe, and I found these peanut butter cups, which I wanted to get some, but I knew I'd eat the whole thing, so I refrained. And Newbury Street was really cool, guys. I thought that like it had a really nice mix of really familiar brands, like international brands, but then also a load of really independent, cute like boutiques. And then I went to Brandy Melville. I had to text my mum saying I'm in Brandy Melville to like make her text me to stop and get out. But they had some really cute stuff. This jumper, this like zip up cardigan, I wish it fit me, but it was just too cropped. It just did not look right. But I'm really obsessed with the camo lately. Actually, in saying that, since I filmed this video, I've seen too much camo. It's doing polka dot for me. But I'm actually really happy with my purchases. I got this top, this off-the-shoulder top, which, if you know me, I love a graphic tee. And then I also got this black top, which I actually wore this today. It was very comfortable. So 10/10, great purchase, great choice, no regrets. Guys, oh my god, I just went to Pop-Up Bagels. It says Lauren on there because when they ask for a name, don't ever catch me saying Neve because they just don't know how to spell it. But I went in and I was like, oh, can I just get, because you can't get like one bagel, you have to get a minimum of 3. So I ordered 3 and then I got like 1 pot of like the schmear, which is like the cream cheese. And then I went to tap my card and it like wasn't tapping, but it gave me the option to like sign it off. And she was like, thank you, that's great. And so I was like, okay. So I got it for free. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna keep quiet and not say anything. And then there's 4 bagels in here. Oh my god, I'm gonna be such a fat girl. I'm like, this has made my day. I don't know whether they did that on purpose, but this has actually made my day. Oh my god, I'm gonna eat all of them. And taste testing. Sure. Oh my god. Okay, this day also I went to check out Levain Bakery, which is famous in like New York as well, but it's known for their, I was about to say their biscuits, their cookies, and I got their like walnut, the classic walnut and chocolate, which was good. I just kind of wish it was milk chocolate and not dark chocolate, because the dark chocolate was a bit too rich for my liking. I say that as if I didn't eat the whole entire thing. I then walked off my gluttonous morning. I love just listening to my music and walking around and just seeing everything from walking. I did not take one form of public transport or any transport for that matter while I was in Boston, apart from going to and from the airport, which I really enjoyed. I did sometimes like 25,000 steps a day. I loved it. I then went out and played cards and had a few drinks with two French girls that I met in my dorm. This is my new hat, guys. Do you like it? And we went to this bar that was just around the corner, and then we ended up going to get ramen because our hostel was like right next to Chinatown. They had loads of really good Asian cuisine there. Okay, guys, this is the point where I start to lose track of what day it is, and I can't actually remember when I filmed this stuff. But this evening, I don't know what day it was, but I just went for a really nice stroll. I went to Beacon Hill, which had loads of really lovely boutiques, independent shops, and I went to the Beacon Hill bookstore. And this was like really hyped all over TikTok, so I really wanted to go, and it was really nice, don't get me wrong, but it was just ruined by the fact it was so busy. Like, you could hardly walk around comfortably. But I did end up getting this book, Sunburn, which I've been really loving. I have been reading it very slowly and like taking my time with it, but I've really enjoyed it so far. I will say, if anyone's read Normal People or even Conversations with Friends, I feel like you would really like this book. Anything Sally Rooney, if you enjoyed that, you would really like this book. But it is a lesbian love story, so if you're into that, I don't know. I remember this day, I got so much done. I saw so many things. Look how cool this is, people skating on the frozen lake. But I walked around the public garden in the morning for quite a while. Then I went back to Beacon Hill and had a walk around and saw Acorn Street. And then I headed back to Newbury Street because I wanted to see the public library, and it was actually so gorgeous. I did also feel really bad for the people that were actually studying, and there's just 100 tourists coming in to take a photo and then leaving and making a ruckus. I am guilty, but I was very quiet, I promise. And then I got Raisin Canes for lunch. It was just too salty. Didn't like it. This morning I went to a cafe that was like right around the corner to my hostel. It was called Tate, and they had loads of them planted around Boston. They were great. And then I just read my book for a while. You know what was really refreshing is they had loads of Irish names in this book, and Neve was one of them. I then decided to go to the cinema. This was my second trip to the cinema in 1 week, guys. Like, I take my films seriously. I saw The Housemaid earlier on in the week, and then I went to go see Marty Supreme, which was actually so good. I was very entertained. And then in the evening, I went to a little workout class, which felt so good. It was nice to sweat. I've honestly lost track of the days, but I ended up going to this burger spot that these girls had recommended to me, and it was so good. It was called like Crazy Good Kitchen or something like that. And then on my walk home, I walked past a piercing shop, and I was like, you know what? I'm feeling spontaneous. So I decided to get my conch done on my right side, which I already have it on my left. And I got it done when I was 16, and it's still causing me issues to this day, so I don't know where my logical thinking was in this moment, but I had fun, and it was actually one of the highlights of my week. The people in the shop were so kind, they were so funny, they were so interested about my trip and hearing about it, and when I told them about the company I booked with, they gave me a 20% discount. One World genuinely sponsored me.
Take care of that. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like I don't have to go through the whole shebang.
I have never seen anything like this. The whole thing is frozen over, and it's got snow on top of it. I dedicated this day to Rory Gilmore and Rory Gilmore alone. I walked over an hour from my hostel to Harvard University, guys. I felt studious. I felt like people thought I went there because I was on my own and I was walking around like I owned the place. The highlight, though, for me was the art gallery. I spent like 2 hours in this place. It was so amazing. It's honestly, I think it might be one of my favourite art galleries I've ever been to, if not my favourite. And then I ended up drawing for about half an hour, which was so therapeutic. I used to draw and paint so much as a child, and I still do it now. Like, I did a painting for my mum for Christmas, but it's definitely not as much of a hobby for me anymore as it was when I was younger, and I kind of miss it. This was also the day that I realised that Claude Monet is my favourite artist of all time. This one here is by him, and I just think his brushwork and his use of colour is just so incredible. And then I went to this place for lunch and got a chicken sandwich, and I got talking to the people that were sat next to me, and we spoke for like an hour, and the lady was so nice that she paid for my lunch. How kind is that? That was one of many moments that I was speaking to people, and I was like, wow, I've just gained so much from speaking to a random person. I then went back to the same gym to do a workout class and got a good sweat on. It was great. Good evening. I just finished a workout class. I went to one yesterday as well. They did like 30-minute weights and then 30 minutes on the treadmill. Oh my god, I've not been on a run since summer. Like, I remember I was trying to get my 5k PR, got it, and then quit running. Like, I just wanted the PR and then I quit. We had to do like hill climb, and it was like 3% incline to 6% incline to 9% incline, and then back down again, and then back up again, and then back down again, and then back up again. I was like, fuck me, I cannot do this. But it was a good challenge, and I feel like after all of the American food I've eaten in the past week and a bit, I needed to sweat. Like, I was searching for classes for ages because I was thinking, like, I need to burn something, I need to sweat. I want to walk out of that room dripping. You know what actually pisses me the fuck off about travelling though, to be fair? I'll be saying something different when I'm in hot weather, but because I'm only in Boston and New York for like 2 weeks, and they're like the cold places that I'm going, and then everywhere else is hot, obviously I've had to bring like layers with me, but only so many because I don't need them. So like, I've actually been wearing the same outfit every day, and I hate outfit repeating. Don't even get me started. Like, I'm so stylish and cool that I don't want these people thinking that I'm leaving the hostel every day in the same outfit because I have no style. Like, I promise I'm stylish. I promise I've got fashion sense. And I promise I don't stink. Like, I promise I wash my clothes. My whole suitcase is filled and I haven't touched it. I've just been like recycling the same long sleeve tops and these fucking corduroy trousers every day. Anyway, can't wait to get to LA so I can actually wear something different, wear something more stylish, wear something... Oh, I can't wait to wear something different. I'm just really sick of this. And like, I love this little purple coat I've got, but like, baby, she's old now. She needs to just like be put away for like 6 months. Boston to me really felt like a cleaner, safer, friendlier, but also smaller New York. I think the thing with the size of Boston is because it was so walkable and I had a lot of time to be there, I kind of reached the end of it very quickly, and I don't think that I anticipated that. I definitely didn't have the same fuzzy feeling as I first got when I landed in New York, but I definitely would go back to Boston. I think probably in a warmer month, because I don't think I could handle that cold again. But to round it up, I was really happy with Boston. Hi guys, it is Thursday the 15th of January. Tomorrow I am going to LA. I'm so excited. But anyway, I've been in New York for the past week, and unfortunately I've not got a video coming out for New York because I've been staying with my friend Ava. I've been so lucky to stay with her family. They've been so generous, so hospitable. Like, it's just been really nice to have a week where I've had some really relaxed days, like days where I can just catch up on laundry, I can just watch TV, I've got like snacks at my disposal and just like an actual house to be in where I feel comfortable, which has been amazing. And then obviously because of that, I haven't had moments that I've wanted to film, because I think like staying with Ava, I haven't seen her in a while and we've had so much to catch up on. A lot of the time we've spent together I want to keep private, so I just decided on not making a video for New York. I've also not done like crazy amounts because I came to New York 2 years ago and I did all of the touristy stuff, and this time round I didn't, it's actually quite nice that I didn't feel the need to like get out and do stuff every day, which is what I was doing in Boston and I'm going to be doing in LA. It was just quite a nice pause and like a little break from chaos. It was just nice to like put my things down and not worry about anything. I also think as well, I was wanting to film in New York, but every time I've been out of the house, like I've actually felt too scared to bring my camera out in public, because New York is just a different kind of place. Like, it is scary. Like, there are obviously parts of it that are nice, but even in the nicer parts, like, I'm still very cautious, and I am a very cautious person. Like, I'm very anxious. I hate losing things. I don't like misplacing things. So like, anything I can do to avoid losing something or avoid getting something stolen, I will do. So I haven't really had my camera out at all, even like to take photos and stuff. I've just really been too nervous to have it out. Something I've really struggled with the past like 2 weeks is, since I've left, is routine. For me personally, like I'm such a creature of habit. Like, I really like doing the same things every day, and I know that sounds so mundane, but like I get a lot of enjoyment out of structure, out of knowing where I'm going to be at what time, knowing where I'm going to be tomorrow, knowing where I'm going to be next week. Like, I am a very organized person, and I think with traveling I've been really challenged in that way, because there's such spontaneity to it that you can't possibly predict what will happen. Like, you can't predict if things are going to go to plan. You're in a different place, like, you're not familiar with it. And as much as I definitely enjoy parts of that, I think I miss a lot of the routine I had at home. A big thing for me as well is food. It's so expensive to like get food anywhere in America. Like, Boston was expensive, New York is expensive. New York is like abnormally expensive though, but I'm sure LA would be just the same. And like, it's been nice to have like actually home cooked food at Ava's house. I don't know, there's part of me that just wants to like wake up in the morning and like have my home fridge and my home bowls, and to make my yogurt bowl, make my porridge, and then go to work and go about my day. I know that sounds insane. Like, I should be saying like, think about how lucky you are to be in New York right now, but I'm just, I don't know. It's really weird. Like, people are texting me like, you look like you're having so much fun, and don't get me wrong, I am having so much fun, but there's definitely parts to it that I'm finding hard to adjust to. I think in saying that, I'm definitely looking forward to going to Australia, because I have 4 months there, so I can definitely like stick some roots in and just kind of find a bit more of a routine and like actually build a bit more of a lifestyle. But anyway, exciting news for you guys. I have this Boston vlog. I'm then going to make a vlog for LA. I'm going to LA for 6 days, and I'm going to Disneyland by myself. I can't wait. And apparently I heard through the grapevine that if you're like on your own, if you're an individual going to Disneyland, you can get in a different queue for solo. This is so lonely. I kind of love it. I kind of love being by myself. But there's like a queue you can get in that like fast tracks you, because like if there's a ride for with like 6 seats and there's a family of 5, like they need you. I hope you enjoyed this video. I haven't finished editing it, so I don't know what the fuck you've just watched, whether it was really bad or really amazing and awesome and stunning and hilarious. Toots is gonna head down tonight. We're gonna go see a Broadway show in Midtown. We're gonna go to the Book of Mormon. Love you all. Thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far, comment turtle emoji. Okay, bye.